Okay.
Gear down. Gear up.
I'll scratch my head. This thing really needs another battery pack on it. It's really light. Hey, can you pan up for that?
Altitude hold. Loiter. Altitude hold. Stabilize.
Shot it up.
Altitude hold. Loiter.
It's the first flight, man. Still got to tweak them a little bit more, but
It's pretty dang good.
yeah, there's a little bit of error in the altitude, if you noticed, but it's not really building up. It doesn't seem to right now, but all right, I'm gonna drop it down.
Altitude hold. Stabilize.
Can you pan down the? It's really smooth. I've got the rate set too high though. It's like correcting a little too quick. I want it to be a little bit smoother. This thing, I want to take it out for the next flight to McFarland, and I'm just gonna open it up because this thing's got just with one battery and a gimbal, it's gonna get a really good flight time. But with two batteries and It's nice and flat though. What I want to try to do also is like, see how those the canopy's shaped.
Yeah.
I want to put some find some better like screws or canopy releases that fit a little more flush with the canopy. That way we can line those sides with the EVA foam.
Yeah.
And then we can run a strap all the way around it, and we can strap 2 batteries in parallel with each other on top, and just have the gimbal hanging from the bottom.
Yeah.
Keep everything centered, and have nothing but the gimbal on the bottom, in the middle, and you can just pan around 360 and leave the copper where it's sitting.
You could like counterbore some little things in the mold. Would it
Yeah, recess it.
recess it?
Yeah. Yes, it would. In fact, that'd be nice. Just get some countersunk nylon screws to the top. I really want to keep looking at better ways to mount these canopies over that can be taken off easily without having to need any tools, and pop them back on without tools. Kind of like the that Kingwa 6 had the hooks on the front of the canopy and just hooked onto the front and had a little snap in the back. That's kind of
It's super quiet. Like you would just think if it like came upon you like 20 yards away that it was somebody turning on a fan in their house.
yeah. No, you wouldn't think it was a drone. When we go out to the park for the second flight, I'm gonna plot some waypoints, and because those like the back 9 stuff out there in McFarland is a really good place to go, and just let them run their paces, not have to worry about anything going wrong and hitting anybody or. Just like, this is only second flight, like if something failed, it fell on the house or a car. Or,
Or wreck some siding.
yeah, it's going to do a little bit of damage.
I'm sorry.
Follow it up, Michael, and try to follow it on the way down. All right, you ready? What I wanted to see is just when you take it up, if you needed to descend rapidly, we don't want to see a whole lot of wobble. It's not bad at all. That's what that camber kind of helps with also. A little bit in the PIDs, a little bit in the camber.
You need to automate the landing gear with the land.
Altitude?
With the the altitude, or when you flip land.
Oh yeah, on the transmitter.
One of my flowers,
I don't know.
I didn't put that there.
Gear down.
I didn't either.
Maybe I
think?
Altitude hold. Loiter. Gear up. Gear down.
Look, I bet Mr. Hurts thinks we're flying.
Gear up.
The other day
Oh.
he was talking about people across the street. Filming.
It's the government.
He told Jimmy and Jimmy. He's like, "He's like, what?" There's just people with cameras standing over there down the alley and filming the pictures of them. And he's like, oh my god. He said, that's hot. He's so funny.
We kind of blew it back. I'm just trying to get back up on position. About, oh, yeah, there I guess about where I said that. Look at that. That is like, that is really,
Got some good GPS locks right here.
it does. Wind is,
It's been a little windy today.
yeah.
But we can try to bring it back over here, won't it?
If it gets blown off a little bit, I mean, it's probably increase the
Altitude hold.
increase the loader response on it, the rate. Like the fiddle in there just a little bit.
Stabilize.
Yes. So sit right here and just let the battery run down.
Altitude hold.
Yeah, I would be. It would hurt. But I mean, it did slow down by the time I got here. Did it kind of do like what what Hudson did the other day when he was trying to take off with it?
Fly out.
You just,
It'd be cool if you could disengage them all at once.
yeah.
It's like a last ditch effort for like if it's trying to get away, it's like I'm not gonna get away. I'm just gonna throw my propellers at you. We'll let Bobby do his face recognition program where it runs into your face.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you thinking of taking off tomorrow?
Altitude hold. Stabilize.
In the morning.
Early.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be
Think
great.
about how you plan out how to have
It'd be great to do it before sun up.
so like 5
Yeah.
early.
2:05 would be good.
I mean, you don't need to wake up until
Yeah. It's holding really good, but it's holding a little. It's trying to hold a little too tight.
If I threw a basketball at it, it'd probably fall out of the air. Wouldn't it?
Do that. Just go let it hover like that. They kind of cheating, but I mean, I saw some of those other companies that do like micro drones. Dragonfly Innovations, you know, they do like show these endurance tests. Like how long you can hover. And of course, they'd be mostly stripped down, and they'd have it in a gym or somewhere kind of calm, and they'd get it just barely off the ground, not even really enough to break rust. And just let it hover and hover and hover.
It'd be nice if you could like, if you were so sure of it, you could like leave it in altitude, position, hold, and go inside for 30 minutes, come back out and see if it's still there.
See, that's just it. About the time I get to that point, though, that's when I ship it. That's when it has to go. As soon as it's ready, and it's like, that's. No, I don't have any problem. Once I'm comfortable with it, and I feel that I'll set the transmitter down even.
Is this the one you're thinking of?
Possibly. So cool. There's not too many more you'll see that'll look that fucking badass. They're at that price.
How much is it?
I recording, I guess, going in edit out the different prices. The cheapest one, I'm building up, 4 of these, 3 of them in there. And the fourth one in there, so they started together.
I think that's a pretty good standard. That would be able to develop this one a little bit more.
Yeah. So we can, make the motors bigger, make the arms longer, Well, I have to for different motor setups.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making 3 different sizes in there right now. But they're all based off the same, top design set and everything.
We just got good proportion.
Yeah, it does. And the rates, once I turn the rates down on the rate pitch and rate roll, they see how it's kind of like really like on crack right now? It'll take that out. See how it's kind of compensated sharply? It'll dampen it and it'll just, the orange and hardly move. It's trying harder than it should right now. It doesn't really need to try as hard as it is to maintain attitude. And it's pretty hyper. But I mean, it's flying good though. I'm not complaining. there for a bit. 21 minutes. 21.
Yeah, that's pretty good fun.
So all we got to get really on this to make it useful for 30 minutes, and that's usually true with a gimbal that's to be carrying most of the time. And two of these 8 amp packs, like say GoPro 3-axis gimbal and 2 8 amp packs, for total like 16 amps. That's easily going to be, you usually get 30 minutes. And I've already flown these motors in this similar type setup with 2 packs, or with 1 pack. Actually, with 2 packs, but only drawing current from 1. Only had 1 battery plugged up, and got, I believe it was 18 minutes. So do know that the extra weight dropped it down. Normally I would get around between 23, 25 minutes on that same setup. So adding that extra battery pack took roughly around 5 minutes off, a little more, give or take. But so that's not very significant. Now if it was like if it was more than like half of that, then yeah, not really increasing the flight times or anything, because I'm adding extra weight, same size battery, but cutting the flight time in half. You know what I mean? So plugging up 2 is just roughly going to yield the same amount of flight time as 1. But when you can add an extra battery and same size with your normal load, and you're only cutting it by a third, well, you're gaining still.
Oh yeah.
You know. So if you cut it down to 1 battery pack flight time down to a third by adding a second battery pack, the weight and everything, you can plug up 2, and say you're getting only 25 with 1. Say it drops it down to even
That's being generous for
15.
a third, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Uh,
This setup right here, I'm gonna run some batteries on it when I come back to fly it out of McFarland, in a more open area. I'm gonna put 2 batteries on it and run them in parallel. And just probably put it in position hold, just tweak it a bit more, put it in position hold, and just let it fly until it just start beeping. So still, look at that. "25 minutes, 11 seconds.
Gear down.
Like that.
Gear up.
It's really looks cool when you do it like this.
Gear down.
So,
Gear up. Gear down. Gear up. Gear down.
One's not working.
oh, if you, oh, Yeah, if you switch it too fast on those type of retracts, those worm drives, before it finishes the sequence, it'll do that. Sometimes it won't get it on the way back up if you do it too fast.